enjoy the show and that you at home get to be informed, educated, and entertained. Today is a special show. We're doing a recap of our very best of 2018. Karibu sana. One of the most memorable interviews that I remembered, I really enjoyed, was with the PS Housing, Charles Hinga, where he explained the steps to which the government was taking in order to deliver its promise of affordable housing to its citizens. It was carried out with a lot of passion. The guy wanted to help Kenyans understand exactly how it was going to happen. Here, take a look. What is affordable housing?
If you go back to December 12, 2017, Jamhuri Day, Kasarani, His Excellency the President, defined what affordable housing is. The way he described it was for the same amount of money that you're paying, say for a shack in a slum, so you're paying 4,000 shillings. Yes. According to him, this program, you should pay the same amount of money but get a decent house. What is decent housing? Because that is the other issue that we must address. It means that you must have access to a house that has got water, sewer, yes, electricity. And we are saying that these houses are going to be green. We're having fiber networks into these homes. We are putting gas reticulation in every house.
When you talk about greenhouses, when you talk about hot water, we still have a large population who still dwell in the slums.
So the first thing that we have to do is we've got to, first of all, stop the proliferation of new slums. So the way we are going about it is by putting some new legislation in our building approvals. So you come to National Construction Authority, we will not approve your development if you're a developer if 30% of your development, even if it's on your own land, does not cater for social housing, for low-cost housing.
Who qualifies, number one,
right,
yeah, to have these affordable houses?
So affordable housing should be for every Kenyan. Now, we however know that today our market is completely distorted because we are only producing for 3% of the market. Our own housing requirement as a country is about 250,000 houses. Of the 250,000 houses, 80,000 of those units are for the upmarket. 170 are for the low-cost market. Today, we are producing 49,000 a year for the high end, meaning there's still a deficit, right, yes, of about, 31,000 units, yes, okay? But let me give you a shocking statistic. For the rest of the Kenyans, we were supposed to be doing 170,000 houses. We're only doing 1,000 a year. So
it's also not a cheap affair, and we are going to be taxed, highly taxed at 0.5% every Kenyan. What does that mean?
This program is going to be done by a combination of three things. One is we need investors who can come and actually build those houses. Remember, the total tab, the total ticket for this assignment is just about 2.8 trillion shillings. Okay? That is close to the entire budget this year.
That's huge.
Now, we don't have that kind of money. No, we don't. So we have got to get the private sector to come and invest. So we have private sector putting in equity. We are also going to have debt put in. And the last thing is an element of sacrifice. Now, no progressive country in this world has tackled the issue of affordable housing without some element of sacrifice. Mexico, they put out a housing fund where every Mexican was contributing 5% of their salary towards the housing.
That's what you're calling sacrificial?
That is a sacrifice that progressive countries have had to make. So now let me tell you what the 0.5, which is 1% contribution does. Yeah. Let's take, for example, a person that is earning 40,000 shillings. Yes. If you're earning 40,000 shillings, 1% is 400 shillings. You tell me, Jamila, which house will you be able to get for 400 shillings a month? You can't get such a house.
It's impossible.
So you make a little sacrifice of that 400 shillings. You got a house of 3 million. It's simple math.
We also had Sam Karuri, who has come up with a fantastic app to help you find your ideal home. It's called Patahao, an amazing app for sure. And he makes it so easy and possible for everyone who, with whatever budget you have really, from 3,000 bob, I remember him telling us, and to whatever amounts that you want. Take a look.
Patahao is a brainchild. It's a local brainchild of a local polytechnic, St. Joseph House of Hope in Kanamai, Majengo, Kilifi district. And I was an instructor there for computer. And so we started developing different products. And one of the things we realized is that people were moving a lot. And we wanted to find a product that actually is for the local person. So Patahao is basically a product that is produced mostly by young people. We developed it locally. It's on the iOS and the Play Store. And we also have our website, www.pata-how.co.ke. And we have filters. You can search a house using a price. You can search a house using location. And you can say, I want a 2-bedroom in Kitengela with 2 bathrooms.
I saw that you even have a house for 3,000 bob.
Yeah.
In Nairobi.
In Nairobi.
What type of a house is it? What does it have?
Well, it's got the basic amenities. It has a roof. It has a toilet
Yeah.
and
Is
a
it
kitchen.
like a studio or 3 by?
It's a 1-bedroom.
1 bedroom.
It's a 1-bedroom.
1 bedroom.
Yeah, it's a 1-bedroom. Okay. It's a little bit of an informal because for the price, you know. So you cannot find a house on the internet for 3,000 bob. Majority of the people live between 3,000 and 25,000 a month. Not just in Nairobi, but in the country. Yes. And that area, we find that on the social media and everywhere everybody's posting houses, there's not so much selection. And also another reason they don't move is because they have no information that there's a similar house like yours near to work.
And you have said it's due to misinformation that I could be living in a house where the next house I would wish to live in is actually right next door, but I'm not aware of it.
Yes.
Who keeps this information? Why is this information not available to us?
Most landlords don't rent out their houses, they hand them over to agents. Because the agent is the person who is able to do the dirty work. And it's once he's able to do the dirty work, it creates other agents who just do dirty work, no work. So they have the information which they share with themselves. And they maybe share with another trusted agent. But we have a solution. Yeah. Patahao.
So how does it work?
90% of the Kenyans have an Android phone. So if you go to the Play Store, you can download the application. Or you can say you don't have the space on your phone, you can go to the website. And once you log onto the website, you'll be able to see our listings there. They start with the latest listings, and the information is there. If it's a 2-bedroom, the price, the location on the map tells you exactly where the house is. We're not telling you, ebu enda kwa kona hivi, because we're using Google Map, which has terrain, which has the Earth satellite.
If I go online and I'm looking for a genuine site where I can find a house, how will I know, how will I tell the difference that I can actually get, you know, these people are giving me what they're promising or what is online, that I won't find other things when I go on to the ground?
Number one is communication. Are you talking to a real person or are you talking to a software? Because on our application, we call them live properties. We even have chats. You can chat with multiple agents. And these people have been authenticated and they're real. We know where the properties are. We know who the individuals are. So you're actually interacting with an individual. And this person, you can call them from the application and you can see where their house is. So you don't even need to ask them. The moment you find somebody on the internet who asks you to send money, that is a con man. Red flag. Not red flag, straight up. I'm not even gonna copy and just make it look nice. Okay. That is a con man.
Oh. How do we stop that? How do we manage that? Because people get conned every single day.
Well, you have to, first of all, that industry, like we said, 2 months. If you're looking for a house and you're not looking on the internet, don't be in a hurry. The reason why people get conned is because they want to stay in a particular neighborhood, in a particular house. And so you find that the agents know the hottest moving item. And the conmen have duplicated the same for themselves. You see? Okay. So the hottest moving item in Nairobi is a bedsitter and a 1-bedroom. Why? Because a bedsitter can stay a single person and can stay a couple. But once they have a child, they can stay in a one bedroom.
We have what's in the market, but also what people need, you know? Where is the gap really? Because you can't find a home that is also cost effective if you want to live in town. You must spend a lot more. So people prefer going to Ruaka as opposed to living in Keleleshwa. Why does it have to be that way?
There is so much infrastructure going on right now, but there's very limited information for the local person. Everybody, when they're passing in the street, they're seeing all these things that are going up, which are completely unrelated to who they are.
Unrelated to who they are?
Yes, because that is somebody else's property. The other people are going to live in that house. You never envision yourself living in a nice house.
Is that a mind thing, or is that that's a reality though?
Yeah, it's the reality, and the market plays games on people. You see, the people who are playing right now in the market, they have a lot of money. They're building a lot of things, but they're focusing on the same person. They're focusing on a 9-to-5, average yappy, young professional, who is able to afford a mortgage because the bank can give them a loan, a facility. A lot of people will prefer to rent than to buy.
Yes.
Because the people in business, usually they don't buy because of the fluctuation of the market and how if my business is profitable today versus how it's going to be in the future. So you tend to play it safe. Let me rent because I can always downsize if things go bad. So nobody has really been able to address, give people proper information. And also, what we're doing is we're all rushing to do the same thing. Why can't we look at what we have? Has anybody come up with an idea whereby we talk about rent to own?
Thank you so much for staying with us. You are watching the very best of 2018. After this short break, we'll be back with more. Don't go away.
Kuishi life ya mwanaume kamili ni lazima.
Some of you actually tried to do it. Did you do it? If you didn't, we'll actually remind you in a short while. The other one was the custom-made pillows. I love this particular because you can actually gift your friends or relatives with words that you know, you choose. The lady was called Karasha, and it was amazing. Take a look. You can never have enough storage. Whether you live in a tiny apartment, a big, enormous home, you always need storage for your stuff. So instead of just leaving things hanging around, cluttering your house, whether it's toys and books, you can find storage for them in a cardboard box in form of a beautifully and well done homemade storage box. And these are the items that you'll need. A cardboard box, and it doesn't have to be new. Your other ingredient will have to be the sisal rope, some glue, and scissors. Your piece of fabric. So we will start from the bottom side of the box. You can make a tie over there so that I'm able to now start putting the glue on. You're tying your rope, and remember, you can use any kind of rope really. So the tighter it is, the more prettier it will look eventually. When you're done, you can keep pushing the rope down. As you tie, you also add your glue to make sure it stays in place. Remember, it won't be seen, so it's just a knot to make sure that the rope stays and doesn't come out. So finally, we're on our last step, and it's basically to put in the fabric. So there we are. I think it looks pretty already. So I want to add one little extra thing, and that's the ribbon, because I want you to see how pretty my little storage box will be. Let's just have it almost there. Then I'm going to cut the extra piece of cloth, just so we don't have too much hanging over here. Then I'm going to just pull the extra piece on top. So I want to show you now how you can actually use our new box to store your tissue paper. It doesn't have to stay in the boring bag. The other use for our storage box is for keeping your books. Sometimes we have too many and we don't know how to store them. There we have our storage box, and it looks lovely and neat. Remember guys, you can share with us your DIY ideas. We'd love to show you as we go along. Just try out new stuff.
How do you source for your material? For the fiber, that is what we use to fill the pillows up. It's purely fiber, that's why they're really soft. Yeah, you don't have people breaking necks and backs when they're lying on the pillows. So for the fiber, I get them from Gikomba. So you can remove the covers to wash. So on the inside, you can see the lining. So the lining, you also get them from Nairobi Textile. Okay. And then for the materials for the covers now, that one we outsource from different suppliers in Nairobi as well. Okay.
Do you do everything from the scratch?
I got a fundi to help me now do especially the filling of the pillows and making the covers and all that. But for the wordings that go on the pillows, so a client can tell me what it is that they want to go on the pillow. So I design the writings, and then I have someone now to help me with the prints.
How long would something like this take?
It takes 2 days after you place your order, but sometimes it can take a day depending on how busy we are. Yeah. So, but we say 2 days at least, so you can give leeway for yeah, for delivery. Yeah.
How can I use these pillows?
There are different rooms in your house, so you can use it on your couch. You can also use it on your bed. Most people ask me how, especially on the bed. They're like, huh? Now for what? Yeah, you can arrange the pillows that you use to sleep on, and then use this as a decorative pillow. Mostly we get people who get gifts for birthdays and weddings, especially weddings. Yeah. Like for the pillows for kneeling down, or just a gift for the couple after they get married and all that. Yeah.
Talk to anyone watching you, and probably they have this fear of even starting because they're thinking, oh, it's too way out there, it's too far, it's too expensive. How do you start? Just talk to them.
For me, when I was starting the Ankara pieces, I think I had like 8,000 bob. And my mom took me to Italy to buy lassos and all that. And I still had a few change from the 8,000, yeah. And it wasn't so bad because I was so scared. I'm thinking, now what will 8,000 do for me? You know, I want all these things, I want, you know. So you just start from where you are and stop postponing and saying, I will start, I will start. When I get this, I will start. You know, you just start from where you are and you see where it goes, because when you start and you put your effort out there, doors, yeah, it will show and doors will start opening, yeah.
I remember Mama Clarice Adhiambo, a homeowner in Kisaju. She was actually a street beggar, but she managed, and through savings, she is now a homeowner. It was such an amazing and inspiring story.
Nilikuwa na nyumba yangu na mzee wangu na watoto. Sasa huko tulikuwa na vita kila wakati, sina raha. Siku moja alikuja na kaniambia utoke na uende na watoto wako kwa sababu tayari amepata bibi. Siku ile nilitoka na bag nimebeba hivi. Bag ambayo haina kitu, hata sijui nitalalia nini. Kuingia Nairobi nimepata marafiki. Na ni marafiki ambao ni wamama wa street. Tukashikana pamoja, hao wamama wakaanza kunionyesha vile naweza kupata pesa ya kila siku. Tunaenda street kutoka Madhari mpaka Jivanji. Hapo ndio tulikuwa tunashinda. Kushinda hapo, unajua unafanya kazi ya kuomba. Ndio nilikutana na mama Ingrid. Ingrid tunaona ni mzungu, atatupatia kitu ya bure. Akatuambia mimi nitawapatia leo na kesho sitakuwa. Nikirudi kwetu ama nikufe, mtakuaje? Na hiyo maneno iliniingilia kwa roho. Mama alijaribu kabisa, huyu mama Ingrid alijaribu kabisa mpaka ile 10 tulikuwa tunatega kwake. Ilikuwa ni kama bahati, akatuonyesha mtaenda kuishi wapi? Soweto. Baadaye mama alitupatia wamama wengine kama ni counselors. Wanaongea na sisi, wanatufundisha unaweza kuchange. Ukitoka kwa hii nyumba yako vile ulipewa, uende utembee, ufike street, upate pesa, hata kama ni pesa ngapi. 10 unaweka mahali, una target kwenda kununua nyumba, kuishi, kuchukua loan, siku moja utafanya kitu. Chairman wa hiyo hapo area anakuja tu kwangu kwa barabara, ananiambia madhe, unakaa hapa na watu wanapewa maplot huko kwa soko. Ai, wanapewa kwa sababu ni 3,000, 1,000 surveyor, 1,000 unanunua ground, 1,000 security. Ni kama kupewa. Nilikimbia nikaenda. Nilinunua moja. Nimerudi Jamii Bora wakanipatia loan, nimenunua moja. Sasa kujenga, nikaona nimejenga na imesimama peke yake kama choo. Nikasema vile nimejua pesa iko kwa Jamii Bora na mimi naendelea kusave na kufanya biashara yangu, nitakuwa tofauti. Hapo ndio mambo ikatokea, ikasemekana tutakuwa na manyumba zetu. Wakatuambia registration 1,000, alafu nyumba unatoa 35,000 deposit kwa sababu nyumba ni 350,000. Hata tukaona ni ngumu, lakini wengine wanatuambia hiyo ni bei kama ya bure, na ni kweli ni kama bei ya bure kwa sababu ilitufurahisha kabisa.
I also remember Wanjiro of Canaan, Soweto A in Kibera. This lady is a former slum dweller, yes, and she now lives in her own 2-bedroom house. What a joy. She told us so much, and just the journey, it was very, very inspiring, and that's one of our picks. Take a look.
Watu wa serikali walitembea mahali hapa wakiwa wanaangalia, wakituambia wanataka kutujengea nyumba mzuri, na sisi tulikuwa tunakataa kwa sababu hatukuwa na ukweli kabisa, kwa sababu nyumba za high rise, hiyo kiwanja ilikuwa ya watu wa Kibera na waku benefit. Kwa hivyo tulikuwa na tashwishi nao kabisa. Tukawa na kusomeshwa na mpaka tukachagua viongozi wale watakuwa macho ya community mahali hapo. Kila jambo ikitendeka watu community wanajua. Na hapo nikaweza pia kuchaguliwa na community, nikawa katika hiyo msafara. Tulikuja tukakaa tena na serikali, tukawa tunajadiliana. Nashukuru sana Prime Minister na President wetu Kibaki ndio walikuja na hiyo program, na Prime Minister akawa anafuatilia sana hii program ifanyike. Ndio wakatafuta sehemu Lang'ata, wakajenga nyumba ambazo tukiwauliza tutaenda wapi, wakatuambia kuna nyumba watatupeleka na tutakuwa tunalipa kwa bei rahisi tu kama vile tulikuwa tunaishi Kibera. Kukuja mahali hapa Soweto East Canaan Estate ilikuwa saving, ndio ilikuwa inakuleta mahali hapa. Phase 2 watu wameigojea kwa sababu wameona ukweli. Phase 1 wale wamepata ni wale walikuwa wanaishi mahali pale. Saa hizi hata serikali wakati imekuja kufanya verification, watu saa hizi wanagojea kuambiwa ni siku fulani hameni ujenzi uanze. Watu saa hizi wanataka maendeleo.
Thank you so much. That's all the time we had for you on this very special edition of the show. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did. Before I go, I would like to read a quote here. It says, "Good design goes to heaven and bad design, well, goes everywhere." I hope you have truly enjoyed 2018 with us, and we are looking forward to 2019 and some amazing shows. Remember to talk to us and just tell us what you'd like to watch in the coming year. I wish you the very best of success. Baraka Tele.